Spoiler alert! So you're saying there's a world superpower that travels to a sandy area in search of a resource that's finite in a place called Arrakis.
What about people who say you're only interested in the Middle East for oil?
What? Huh? Oil? Who said something about oil, bitch? You cooking? Oil? Hey, I don't know. Come on, y'all, get out of here!
Remember when there was weapons of mass destruction in Iraq? And we went there and we killed 1 million Iraqis and we ended up getting a bunch of oil. Much like the oil, the spice, in addition to increasing lifespan, lets you travel. Well, through time and space though. Hey guys, this is Sharif from Culture Toronto, and I think I found something better than Star Wars. It's called Dune, and it came out much earlier than Star Wars in the 1960s. It had the original Jedi mind tricks but it's even cooler, like where speaking, like through varying the pitch of your voice, you can influence and control people. It's a lot cooler than the Jedi mind trick, which is just like, you will watch this video and then like through the magic of the Force, they just watch the video. This one, there's science to it. It's like varying your voice to a certain degree, like
you will watch the video.
Kind of like that. And it's just like really, really cool and interesting. But I think what I love about this story is that it's kind of a story of a future prophet like character, and there are signs of his prophethood that are kind of that mimic basically the life of Muhammad and other prophets as well. This character's first signs of prophethood are probably dreams.
I've been having dreams about Arrakis and the Fremen.
Okay.
So true dreams, much like the story of Yusuf in the Quran and the Bible, or Joseph in English. He has this dream where he sees several stars prostrating before him.
I saw you with the Fremen.
So I do find them. There you go, it's a good omen right there, right?
And he tells his father about this dream. He said, Dad, I had a dream where I think it's 12 stars prostrated towards me.
Landfill.
I saw you lying dead, fallen in battle. Felt like if I had been there, you'd be alive.
And his father, being much wiser and more mature in his prophethood, told him, don't tell your brothers about this dream because it means something important in the future.
First off, I'm not gonna die.
You're not taking me seriously.
So true dreams are definitely the first sign of our character Paul's prophethood. And also, Paul is a very conspicuous name, I would say, because if you know anything about Christianity, Paul is the true founder of Christianity.
That's why you want to come with me. Listen, dreams make good stories, but everything important happens when we're awake, because that's when we make things happen. Look at you. Put on some muscle?
I did?
No.
So this story is so beautiful. It kind of brings all the religions together in this really cool, futuristic just story, and it's just breathtaking to look at. Like every frame, like it's like watching a real storyboard. It's just so beautiful. Like look at some of these scenes. Just there's that. It's the emptiness. The emptiness creates emphasis on what is there, and there's just so much space. It's just really, really nice. But anyway, let's stay on topic. So another sign of his prophethood would probably be knowledge.
Let's have a look at you, lad. You've worn a still suit before.
No, this is my first time.
Knowledge that he shouldn't know. So we see this in the scene where he knows how to wrap his boots in that special moisture preserving suit properly, where it's like it's not intuitive. You shouldn't know how to do this.
Your desert boots are fitted slip fashion at the ankles. Who taught you to do that?
Seemed the right way.
It's like although it's simple, like it's just wrapping, your pant leg in a certain way to fit in the boot to make sure no moisture gets out. It's not something that people do intuitively. They need to be taught typically. So that sign, it shows that character, that this guy, he knows stuff that he shouldn't know. As the story progresses, his prophethood gets stronger and stronger. It just gets more interesting and more interesting. And I think, the coolest thing is when he starts to have visions with his eyes wide open. I think that's the wildest kind of vision that you can have. When we look at old prophets, we know the most about Muhammad. His life has been documented to the extent that like you can know more about Muhammad than your own family members if you want to. Just books and books and books of people describing the most mundane things, like how he washed his hands or brushed his teeth. So I think when they describe his visions or his wahi, his like revelation, sometimes he would sweat on a cold day. Or if he was riding his camel and he started to get a revelation, the camel would just, 4 legs would just sprawl out from the weight of the truth that was reaching him.
Somebody help me, please.
And it would be a stressful experience. They say in the Quran that had the Quran been revealed on a mountain, that mountain would have crumbled.
I see a holy war spreading across the universe like unquenchable fire. A warrior religion that waves the Atreides banner in my father's name. Fanatical legions worshipping at the shrine of my father's skull.
From the truth. Another thing is when nature responds to Paul. In this movie, this beautiful movie, there's these giant worms, kind of like the worms kind of like the giant bugs in Nazca, the Valley of the Wind. So these giant worms, go through the sand, and they just devour entire buildings and communities of people. And at a point where one worm is about to get Paul and his mom, just looks at them. It's like that idea that even nature recognizes that this character has power in a way. Yeah. Another thing is, they say about Muhammad that if he were to hold rocks in his hands, those rocks would tremble from the truth that was with him. And that, it's just a beautiful idea. I think Paul is really, he's like this modern prophet, and he also has extraordinary strength, which is another characteristic of a prophet. We just see these badass scenes of him reminiscent of Cyborg Ninja from Metal Gear Solid. He's just rolling over people and just cutting them down. Oh, it's like so cool, right? And it's just an amazing story. Look, if you haven't watched Dune, please give it a look. I'll be honest, the first 45 minutes are a little brutal. I actually slept the first time I tried to watch it. But then, out of nowhere, it just gets crazy good. Like crazy good. So it makes up for that whole world building 45 minutes of just like vast spaces and just showing their technology, like these helicopters that mimic insects and all kinds of cool stuff. And one thing I'll also mention is that the technology portrayed in Dune, it just seems so real because it's limited. Like there's no like warp speed like in Star Trek or Star Wars where they just boop, swoosh, and there's nothing like that. Like the technology is advanced, but it's clunky. And that clunkiness gives it a realism that that other stuff doesn't have. So anyways, thanks so much for watching, guys. We have new merch on culturetoronto.com/otese. Otese is a Japanese word for handmade and homemade, and we always have new vids on culturetoronto.com as well. So thank you so much, and we'll see you next time. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention all the Arabic in Dune, which I think is really fascinating. For example, the Bene Gesserit, who are like these, the Jedi basically class of people who can do that mind controlling voice. Bene means the people of, and I don't know what Gesserit is, but it might mean something. For example, in Arabic, the Jewish people are often referred to as Beni Israel, or the people of Israel. Also, Paul's prophetic nickname is Al-Gaib, which is very strikingly similar to the word Ghaib, which means unseen. So Al-Ghaib, as a title, would mean the unseen one. So that's kind of cool.
Guess I'm not in the mood today. Mood? What's mood to do with it? You fight when the necessity arises, no matter the mood. Now fight!
On a squirrel, yeah. You watch a movie, you think it's like that, yeah. You watch a TV show, you think it's like that, yeah. You read a book and you think it's like that, but it hasn't been like that for very long. Because society hasn't developed the technology to place their stories and constructs in the philosophical medium that's entertaining for us to understand. And plus there's so many of us here on this planet, we need a system to organize ourselves in a way that makes us feel like we come.